Hello everyone, this is seller newsletter number 1 for the fall 2025 sale. If you are new here, we do a newsletter every week leading up to the sale for our sellers. And I'd like to do a video along with them because I know that for some folks those are a little bit more accessible. So I'm just going to take you through what is included in our newsletter this week. So first off, like I said, I'll be sending out a newsletter every week. Email is our primary form of communication with our sellers, so please make sure that you have saved brandy@littlebritchessales.com in your safe emails or whatever your email works. If you interact with the email, that helps make sure that it always puts it into your inbox and not into your spam. So if you can make sure you do that so that you're getting communications from us, that would be great. Our Facebook page is also a great place to get information. That tends to be where we are able to share the most up-to-date detailed information, so that's a great place to check. We also do have a Facebook group. It is called Little Britches. I think it's like registered sellers, and it is a great resource for communicating with other sellers, getting some ideas, advice, things like that, and then we can also answer questions in that group. So a couple quick things to know about our sale. If you have not ever sold before, or if you haven't sold for a while, it is super important that you are familiarizing yourself with our website. Remember that it is your responsibility as a seller to meet the expectations as a seller, with what's accepted, how to tag your items, how to enter your items, all that stuff. So please make sure you're taking the time to review that website. I know it's a lot of information, and that's part of why we do these newsletters. I'm going to try to hit a lot of that stuff as we go on to make sure you feel prepared. But starting at the website is the most important thing that you need to be doing to get started. And something you'll hear from me a lot is if you have any questions, please ask. I would always rather people ask questions than to be left feeling confused about something. One important thing to know about our sale, because I know that this varies from some other sales, is that we are a seasonal sale. So we are a large enough sale that we have to limit what people can bring. And one of the ways we do that is we make it seasonal. So our fall sale is for fall and winter items. So swimsuit, shorts, sandals, summery dresses, tank tops, that all stuff all needs to stay at home. We do not accept that at this sale. Bring your coats, bring your snow boots, bring your sweaters, bring your wintry stuff, your fall stuff. T-shirts are fine as long as they don't have a print that's very clearly summer. Light jackets are fine. Weather appropriate dresses are fine. So don't bring a sundress, but like a short sleeve dressy dress or something like that, that's totally fine. Jeans are also accepted at either sale. If you have any questions about specific things, just let me know. There's a whole list of our accepted items on the website, so please make sure you take a look at that. Not only to make sure you don't bring something you shouldn't, but often if you're looking at the accepted items, you might realize there's something you could bring that you hadn't thought about. These are some kind of newer-ish notes. A couple sales ago, we stopped allowing handwriting on our tags. We ran into multiple issues with this kind of being taken advantage of, that we had allowed it before, and it started creating some pretty significant problems, and so we just do not allow handwriting on our tags. So if you need to edit anything on your tag, edit it in the computer and reprint it. If it gets down to where you have to have handwriting on your tag or something, check with us, but in most circumstances there should be no reason for handwriting on your tag. Just reprint if they have to be edited. Don't forget we have a super seller program that we started a few sales ago. It's been very popular and people really enjoy it, so we are continuing that. So this goes to our top sellers each sale. They get some extra perks, so you can look in the newsletter and read what all of those perks are and how you can try to get it. But basically, best things to do is to price competitively, make sure your items are clean and well prepared. Consider trying to donate the vast majority of your items that don't sell. There's some different things in there that can help you achieve that super seller status, so you can get some kind of bonus perks. Okay, a couple things with the tags. So we always get questions about this, and some of this can be really helpful to know. So it's a little hard to describe it because I can't show you the tag. I suppose I could show you one on the screen, but I don't have one near me. So here's what we're working with. One important thing is to know if you mark an item for donation, there's going to be a black dot on the left side. Please do not punch through that dot. That is, I know it's tempting. It looks like it's the perfect size for a hole punch, That is not what that dot is for. It is to indicate to us during sorting that that item is to go to the donation pile. So please leave that dot alone. If you punch through it, we will assume that your intention is still to donate it. So if you would need to change it from donation, you're going to need to reprint your tag. The reduce on the tag is what's put on there for items that are going to drop to half price at our half price sale. So during a regular sale, they will be sold at regular price. During the half price sale, shoppers are instructed that that item will ring up half price. Do make sure that if you have items, so if you are a returning seller, you know that items that have been entered and didn't sell in previous sales, you can just reactivate in your system. Please check those tags if they're starting to look a little rubbed off, if they're starting to look a little light or faded. Go ahead and reprint those, because a lot of times those can be really difficult for us to scan at the register. Also make sure that you are giving us good descriptions. That'll help us should we have a tag get separated at the sale. Do make sure you are printing on cardstock, especially for clothing items. You can get away with paper if you're going to be taping the tag to the item. But as far as clothing goes, anything where you're hanging the tag off the item, it's got to be cardstock. Paper tags just rip off, and they also just don't look very nice. So please stick to cardstock. If an item gets lost, if it gets mistagged because its tag had fallen off, stuff like that, that's a bummer, and we don't want it to happen. So please make sure you are tagging it appropriately. One little trick is check your printer settings. So people very, very well-meaning will print in photo setting or high quality setting or something like that. Those are actually not the best settings if you are wanting to print good tags, because what those do is they shoot a lot of extra ink on the paper, which is fine if you're wanting something to look really nice, but what we want is a scannable barcode, which means we don't want extra ink on there because it connects the barcodes and they don't work as well. So what tends to work best is actually like economy modes, ink saver modes, things like that. So save yourself the ink and save us headaches at the checkout. I already kind of referenced, if you have an item from a previous sale that you did not sell that you want to put in the sale, you can do that. Please make sure to activate it in the system, because that'll help us out so that we don't have any issues with the register. All right, a note about the sale item cap. If you've sold with us before, you know that we have a limit to the number of items we will accept. The last couple sales we have been hitting this, and we've been hitting it fairly early. We are doing everything we can to expand the amount of items we can take. I do not like having to shut off our item entry. It is my least favorite thing about having to do, that I have to do for this. I really, really do not do it lightly. And we do our best to make sure that we're being as fair to everybody as we can. So please remember, Little Britches is for your best quality items, things that are garage sale quality, play quality, things like that. They're not appropriate for our sale. So please leave those at home so that we don't have them brought to the sale and then have to be pulled. If you are not sure you're going to get all of your items entered, what I encourage you to do is start with your big items first. So items that you are going to be super bummed if you have to hang on to for another 6 months. Any of those large items, go ahead and get them entered. You could do that right now before you can enter everything. And then save your, clothing and that kind of stuff for later. And then also focus on high demand items. So again, big items are usually high demand items. If you are worried about time, I would probably save your clothing for last. And then also just get whatever clothing you can entered, even if you can't get it all entered right now. So I think that is about it. Please let us know if you have any questions. And we want you to have a positive experience. So hopefully everything gets started great for you. Thanks.